Hello and welcome to another Dephemerember prompt. It's December 25, and for all of you celebrating Christmas today, a Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones. Nevertheless, we're diving right in. You know how this works. If not, please check the link in the description box with all you will ever need to know about Dephemerember. So today we have double tag and mechanical garden. And actually, before I start with this, I would really like to say a huge thank you to all of you who have purchased anything from my store, who have donated for the freebies. You guys are amazing, and you don't know how much both Luise and I appreciate you and your generosity. So mechanical garden goes hand in hand with the steampunk theme. So of course, if you have any steampunk craft items, this is very helpful for this prompt. Let me just share what I have. So I have these embossing folders. I don't see a name here. I didn't keep the packaging. It's the one with the gears. It's one of those 3D folders. Then I have this one with the metal plates, also very, very cool. If I can, you can find them linked below. If not, then not. I also showed you this yesterday. This has the number 661817. This is one of the thick Big Z dies. So these would all be great. I also have some plastic gears that I've had for a really long time. I bought these at a local craft fair. And of course, you've also seen I have these metal cogwheels. But the real question is, what do you do when you have none of that available? How do you make a mechanical garden or a steampunk theme without that? So I brainstormed a little bit and came up with some other ideas that might help you for this prompt. One is wire in any shape or form. Wire, I think, is very mechanical, very steampunky. Then I found some washers. And these parts, I think these are for mounting shelves or cabinets onto your wall. I think these could be very cool. Then we have this here. And then I also found these golden parts here. So again, there's golden washers. We have some hooks for mounting pictures. We have some screw heads. And last but not least, we have hinges. I think they're for mounting cabinet doors or something like that. I'm not even sure. They are a bit difficult to bend. Oh, this one is a little bit better. So those are all things you could use for this prompt. Let's start out with the base. So we need a double tag, meaning we need 2 tag bases. I cut these 2 out from cardboard. This is quite thick actually. But before we do anything, we're going to pet our little panda bears for creativity and luck for today. Thank you so much, dear panda bears. So maybe we first start out by cutting these into tag shapes. I find a template like this super helpful. I have small corners on one side and large corners on the other. You could also have 4 different corner sizes. I find that I always just need either the small or the large one. Usually I like the small ones best. As a background for my tags, I want to use some tea bags. I really loved how my tea bag fabric background turned out for this prompt here with this jeans pocket. I really love this. And even though I'm not adding the tea bags to fabric this time, I really want to have some more of that look in my journal. So again, I'm going to use this Liquid Text Matte Medium, which is very thin. This is perfect for tea bags. I don't even know if I have enough left over, to be honest. This is really on its last drops. I don't think I'll have enough. Let's see how far we get. And again, I would like to have a variety of color, of shades of tea. Wow, this soaks into the cardboard immediately. You have to be fast. And if I get wrinkles, all the better, I think. It just adds to the texture and it makes it more interesting. For those of you who currently do not have tea bags ready, but you want this look and you want to start immediately, I will also provide these 2 tags as a freebie for you. You can find them linked below this video as well. And I just realized that I also need to cover the back at least of one of these because I want to be able to flip it up. Can we find something in Luise's goodies? I mean, oh my goodness. He, of course, is perfect for steampunk and for mechanical garden, isn't he? Oh, I like it. But I think we have to add another tea bag behind him here. So he is actually on a tea bag. I'm not sure how Luise made it see-through and glossy like this. I'm guessing she used wax. It looks so, so cool. You can see the original tea bag here. Okay, let's grab another tea bag and put that underneath this tear here. And I ran out of that matte medium, so I will use my matte gel now. This one is just a little bit thicker, but using it with a wet paintbrush, because I already cleaned it from using it before, it's also thin enough for the tea bag. See, I don't even know now if what I'm putting on top is also going through like it would with a normal tea bag, because if it's really wax, then I don't think it would go through. I just had a shock because I thought I put it down upside down because my corners are up here, but of course it has to be upside down because it's being flipped. So I have inked up all my edges with ground espresso, but this one here, I don't feel good about leaving this like this. At this point, I actually don't know whether I'm just going to stick it into something or whether we will attach it somehow to a page. So what I'm doing here now might be for nothing, but I don't want to be left doing that at the very end because I don't know how bulky this is going to get and it might be very difficult once it's not flat anymore. So whoops, no, that is way too much. And I didn't even want it to go on the tag. I wanted it to go on my brayer. Okay, well, we'll use this as a tool. Okay, I guess we don't need a brayer. We got this all figured out. No, I recently said I always liked using different tools to apply my mediums. So there we go, a piece of cardboard. Works brilliantly. I don't want an even texture. I just started drying this, but I thought while it's still wet and since it's fairly thick in some places, why not try to add some texture? But this is actually not what I want. Let's try this one. Okay, it's just giving us round impressions. That's okay. I was hoping to get these because it's a hexagon, but it's not giving me the hexagon shape. Bummer. And then I'm going to try this fine art watercolor in burnt sienna. Wait. Okay, first of all, gloves. Second of all, I'm going to add some water first. And then let's try this. I really, really love this effect because it looks like rust, unintentionally, because I think this is so old that what you see here is actually, because it's old, you're not supposed to have this. But how cool is that? And I would like to try to add some of this turquoise ink. This is a risk now because I really love this and this could potentially ruin it, but only the brave are rewarded, right? So I'm gonna put it right here on the edge. And then we'll spray some more water so that it runs. Oh my goodness, wow. Oh, whoa. That is crazy. I think now I love it more, so let's try this. So I inked up the edges again with ground espresso, and I really love this. Wow. I mean, up here it totally looks like rust, especially in combination with the light turquoise. Mwah! Beautiful. Now this will ensure that I do not adhere this to a page because I really don't want to lose this. Okay, so this will go like this. And so this is the tag that's underneath. So let's figure out our focal points for this one. So now I want to play with some of these elements to see if we can make a mechanical garden out of these things. I think the obvious thing would be to use these washers to kind of make heads of flowers, but that's kind of boring. So what if we try to add some wire to those washers and see if we can maybe make a flower that way? I don't know. It will probably be quite an abstract flower. I don't know if we can make petals with this maybe. I think these projects, for me at least, they're the most fun because you have no idea what's going to come out of this or if it's going to be anything useful at the end. But you get the biggest surprises this way. I mean, look, that's already really fun. Now, if that doesn't look like a piece from a mechanical garden, then I can't help you. And if you don't have washers, maybe you can find other round elements that you could punch a hole into where you could wrap a wire around. Really, the only limit is your imagination. Cute! It's a bit bulky, but I love it. Okay, what else do we have? We have these hooks for pictures. Can we make a flower out of these? I think we can. They're all relatively bulky, but at this point it's like, yeah, that's life. Wouldn't be my first bulky element in my journal. Does it need 4 or does it just need 3? No, I like the 4 actually. So that will need a stem, or maybe we just do 3. Yeah, maybe that's better. Maybe we can fit another smaller one somewhere. So I'm going to try wrapping some more wire around, but this time not making petals like this, but just kind of looping it around so that it's smaller, but still has some interest. I just want to get these pieces a little more flat. So I will hammer these a little bit. See, Luise, I also have a cute hammer. And this one is really fun because it has an integrated screwdriver. Look at that. And it even has different tips here in the back. An even smaller screwdriver here. And an even smaller one. And I think that's it, yeah. How cute is that? Ha! Can yours do that? Please don't ask me where I got this from. This was a present, I think from Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. I've had this for 20 years or something. It's really cute. Anyway, I'm going to try to hammer these, but actually not on the glass plate. I will hammer these somewhere else. I just don't know yet how I'm going to attach these thin wires to my tag. something like this. Obviously, this background is still too plain, and I also want to grunge up my metal elements a bit, as well as this hinge here. So for that, I'm going to use some alcohol inks. I have these two here from Tim Holtz and Ranger, Caramel and Butterscotch. And I also have this one here from Marabou in red orange, which I think will give us more of a rusty look. So I think I'll start with the lightest one. Then I'll add some of the caramel. Now let's try some of this orange red. They all kind of look similar now because they're all mixing. So while these are drying, I want to add some more interest to the background. And I just went through my stamp sets, and I think this one could be really fun, especially this stamp here. We could imagine this being a flower of a mechanical garden. I think that would be really fun. So this is by Tim Holtz and Stampers Anonymous. It has the name Mini Media Marks CMS 364, and you can find that linked below. And I'll try this in Scorched Timber because I think black might be just a little bit too dominant. So let's try this one. That is quite faint, actually. See that? We'll see what it looks like in the end. Should we try another one? Let's take this one. This one is now the wrong direction. Bummer. I should have put this here. Barbara. We can still do it. These are all doodles you could totally do by yourself. It's not enough. Let's try this one here. That could be like either rain or one of those, systems to water the plants, like in a greenhouse. And let's try the picket fence, the white one. Hopefully we will see that. That would be fun. Wait. Maybe we do this one first. These could be clouds. But of course we'll have the hinge there, so we won't see all of them. Oh, we'll see them a little bit. Okay, first we need clouds. And we'll make those again in the Scorched Timber. Again, these are marks you could so easily make by yourself. I'm just being lazy and I find them so inspiring. I'm just having so much fun with these. Back to our rain. Oh yeah, we can see it. I think the rain can go over the flowers, right? That should be okay. It's all fairly subtle, although it looks a lot darker in the camera, interestingly. But we have some interest there now. Let's try this. It still looks very naked. Okay, I might have an idea. So I was just going through Luise's scraps again, and I found this piece of lace. This could be like the grass. That could be fun. And then we have this green butterfly. I mean, I'm not happy about taking the whole cluster apart, but the butterfly, first of all, goes really well with this lace. And it could provide another focal point or interest for this page, which just seems a bit empty. So let me take that one off. And I want to leave the staple in because that's perfect for a mechanical garden. Oh, maybe you could make some flowers with staples. That could also be fun. And I took this out because I was thinking maybe I could cut some leaves. to put on the plants. But I'm not really liking this green. It's too yellow. So I'm not going to use this. And I went through my stamps because I think I want to add some embossed black stamping on the background because this needs something else. It's just too plain still. So I have 3 different options. One is the Tim Holtz Stampers Anatomy Entomology set. I don't have the original packaging anymore, but I think it could look really cool to have some big insects in the background. That's one option. I really like that one. Then I have these fun mushrooms that could be cute in combination, but they would be limited to the bottom part here. So I'm not sure about this, but if you have some mushroom stamps, that might be an option for you. And then I also forgot I have this stamp set by Tim Holtz and Stampers Anonymous. And I also don't have the original packaging from this. This one is called Mini Blueprints Words. And of course, I think any of these would work because they all look like mechanical drawings. But of course, especially these gears are perfect. Also the light bulb, the key, the lock, those would all be really fun in the background here. No, I like the bug idea because I never use these bugs. I would use these moths, but not these bugs. And I just think that would be such a fun element to include in a mechanical garden. Let's do it. When else would I ever use those? Thankfully, I have not glued anything down yet. Good job, Barbara. Not limiting yourself. I'll try one before I stamp them all because I have the feeling I can't see it and I'm not sure if we can actually see that it's a bug. Yeah, shoot. It's also embossing. Oh my goodness, it's embossing everything. The clouds, the rain, the flower. So none of that was dry. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, it is what it is. See, even the bug has the rain here on it now. We are going to continue as if this is what it's supposed to be. And maybe it will look so cool in the end. Oh, wow. This was really not what I had envisioned. Creativity takes courage, right? We have to just always keep that in mind. So let's see if these plants down here are also going to be embossed. Yep, they are. Look at this. Why? I can't believe that it didn't dry after such a long time. This is hilarious. Well, I wanted more interest in the background. Here we are. And we have some flying bugs. I'll add one more of those plants on the edge here. Yeah. And if you're wondering about this embossing powder, this is by Hero Arts and it's called Black Sparkle. I love this one a lot. So this is what it looks like embossed. It is raining insects. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what it looks like when we add the flowers. So this is it. Definitely a lot happening on that background. I just love those insects raining down. Okay, I'm gonna go with this because it cracks me up. And I'm going to actually use my glue gun to glue these pieces down. Remember I showed you, was it the last video? Might have been the last video or the one before, where Julia from Oklahoma came to visit Vienna and we met up. And Julia was so sweet and gave me something I needed dearly. So first of all, she got me these silicone finger protectors because I don't have any and I keep burning my fingers, which is why I don't like using my glue gun. And she also got me this silicone applicator. This is actually for facial masks. So you find something like this in the makeup section, but perfect for like patting down the glue and not burning your fingers. So I will have a go at this. Thank you so much again, Julia. My fingers are very grateful. How do we do this? This is quite nerve-wracking still. Maybe I should take this out of the package so I can actually use it. What do you think? Okay, let's do this. Oh yeah, this is great because the glue does not stick on the silicone. Yeah, this is really good. I'm still nervous doing this because even with all these helpful tools, I know myself, I'm still able to burn my fingers. This is really getting thick now with the glue. Wow. Oh my goodness. This is very dimensional. You see that? Oh my gosh. So this hinge, I think, will attach using brads. And this definitely needs some white splatters for contrast. Luise, thinking of you. This has got to be the weirdest tag I've ever made. I don't know how happy I am with it. But yeah, it's different. So while those splatters dry, let's create something on the front tag here. So as a focal point, I want to use one of these images. These are again from the same kit that I showed you yesterday. It's the Steampunk Menagerie Ephemera kit. This is page number 7. And I want to use this cat here. And yes, there's a story to go with it. So the discount code for all of my steampunk kits, so that's 2 different sets of backgrounds, this ephemera kit and my undated calendar pages, all have this discount that you see right here, which is the same one as yesterday, valid until end of January 2025. So meet Professor Whiskerstein. So he and Evangeline Gearhart, you know, from yesterday. If you missed that, let me find her for you. Where did we put her? There she is. Evangeline Gearhart, in case you missed her. So she and this Professor Whiskerstein, they go way back, and their paths first crossed, you know, in this bustling skyport city where Evangeline grew up. Sorry, I just have to concentrate on what I'm cutting out here and what I'm not bothering to cut out. And this professor here is actually known for his brilliance in creating intricate mechanical inventions. And he was one of the city's most renowned engineers. So while Evangeline was still sneaking into the workshop to sketch, the professor became her mentor. And he taught her the delicate balance between mechanics and imagination. So years later, the two reunited on one of Evangeline's adventures, where she discovered the mechanical garden's ruins. So she called the professor, and while Evangeline provided the vision and the stories behind the garden, Professor Whiskerstein contributed his technical expertise. And so he made sure that the gears and all the mechanics of the garden worked correctly. So to honor their collaboration, Evangeline gifted Whiskerstein a replica of the garden's first bloom. Ta-da! which he now proudly wears on his collar as a reminder of their shared adventure. Let's ink him up, of course. So he can go down here. And then I also found these in Luise's scraps. So these are just perfect for this prompt. So let's add these here to the background, although I think I need to roughen them up a bit as well. And we'll have 3 brads up here for the hinge. I like that. Okay, let's rough these up a little bit. So I'll use my little sanding disc here. Then I'll take some walnut stain and my soft makeup brunch, okay. And lightly go over this. And just like we did with Evangeline's goggles yesterday, he's also wearing goggles, so we'll emboss those with clear embossing powder as well. Oh, there's also a little, whatever that is, up there. And down here as well. And then I want to use this stamp. I don't think I've, oh yeah, I have, but it's been a long time since I've used this. And this is a fun opportunity to do that. I want to stamp this on the background, and I'm torn whether to do this in white, in black, or even in clear embossing powder. What do you say? Let me know in the comments below. So difficult. I won't do white. And the clear one, I think we'll hardly see as well. Let's do the black to go with the black in the background here. And hopefully it will look better. It's just always very nerve-wracking. Oh! That looks amazing. I just put my thumb in it. Good job. Oh, wow. I did not see this looking so good. Oh, wow. Okay. So this is the embossed version. Very cool. So let's attach our elements. And then I can also add one of these spinner arrows here, so that we actually have an element that we can spin around. So there's our tag. We have the front, and we have our super strange mechanical garden. So I already have a page in mind where I can add this. It's one of the tuck spots that we made here, because this way I can slip this part in, and then this part can go over the top. It doesn't really close all the way, and it is very bulky, as you can see. But I will live with that. I love the colors going on here. Oof, I have a feeling I struggled a lot with that one. I don't know if you noticed on camera. So double tag and mechanical garden, another surprising piece of ephemera. So we have one more to go for this week, and then we get to rest a bit again. So thank you so much for watching. Let's go check out Luise's video. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.